When I'm in the water, it really helps me tune in to how my body is feeling that day. There's nothing to distract me from what might be on my mind. All you hear is the water like sloshing in and out of your ears and your breath. It makes me very aware. 3 strokes and breathe inside. I feel like that rhythm, I can translate that into my dancing. I become much more aware of how that breath helps me continue dancing longer and to have more energy. All those strokes are really using all of those back muscles and arm muscles a lot. Some dancers don't want to consider themselves athletes. They say they're an artist. But I feel like the way art and dance is developing now, it's becoming much more athletic. They see us on stage in our tutus. I think they would be surprised the amount of muscle and grit and sweat that it takes to get there.
We were just not built as human beings to stand with our hips rotated, turned out, and to stand on our toes. So it really is a miracle that any of us could do any ballet at all.
As dancers, we're a lot more aware of things going on in our body than the normal person. We work through a lot of pain. You have to be able to do that. You have to be able to compartmentalize and to put that aside, but you have to also know when things aren't right.
Dance is very repetitive. A dancer will start with class early in the morning and they do essentially the same movements during class, and then they'll do rehearsal and they'll rehearse things over and over and over and over again until they're perfect.
I just know that I woke up, my whole body was completely really sore. But then
welcome back, right?
Yeah. And then sometimes when I was like, if I put my weight a certain way on my foot, I didn't like.
The repetitive movements are really damaging to a dancer's body, as well as the impact from the jumps can be really hard on their feet, but also just the extreme ranges of motion. They're lifting their leg very high, they're lifting their bodies into unusual positions for normal people. Having a career in dance plays a big role on your body, but there are a lot of things that the dancers can do to really extend their career, where they can dance easily into their 40s if they take care of their body.
The name of the game is stabilization. Like you want your muscles to be in control.
You start to find your own what works for you. So you've got Pilates, you've got gyrotonics, you've got yoga, you've got Orange Theory. Ballet is not natural for the body at all. I mean, we were gone for a week and you came back and I thought I hadn't danced for a month.
Dancers are athletes. I think that they're even better than maybe a football player who is allowed to look ugly while he's doing his sport, but they have to do very difficult things, but also make it look beautiful and effortless. And so it's almost a little harder.
Shelby and I love the Nutcracker because it's probably the time of year where we get to do the most dancing.
Nutcracker is all about stamina, especially being a younger person in the company. I'm really relied on to play many roles in a single show.
There are tons of jumps in Nutcracker. So ankle strength and leg strength I think is really huge. And then because there's also a lot of really fast footwork, making sure that the feet stay really active and strong is huge.
It's so relentless on the body. It's incredibly musical. All of the choreography is just, it really is a see the music, hear the dance moment. And that's what makes how difficult it is worth it.
It's a huge production. We're using every single person in the company. I was the only person in my snow spot, so you're the only person, like there's no plan B. You have to go on stage. I never consider myself strong enough. I always want to be stronger and better. Your job is to dance and to perform, even though it's incredibly challenging. You have to be an athlete and you have to be strong.
When you start when you're 3, you can't really fathom what it means to actually become a dancer, like what that path actually is. To finally be allowed to say, this is my job, I'm a ballerina, was the moment that like my dream came true.